Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're watching this today. Some GTA5 old favourites based on some of the older cars in the game. My name is the G-Man Dan. Welcome to one more edited video for you all. Today we'll be taking a look at some of the old favourites I've got in some of my garages. I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to the cars, I never get rid of any of them. Helping me out today is my good friend Rob, aka RCT Legend. So let's move straight on and into the first car. It is the Issy. A little bit like a mini convertible, not that anybody will ever say it is a mini convertible, it's completely different and completely fictitious of course. Looking at some of the modded cars versus some of the stock cars today, like I say, with a little bit of help from my friend RCT Legend. Feel free to add us up on PlayStation Network. Let's have a look and see some of the differences, some of the features of these cars. I'll also be showing you a little bit of driving footage of the vehicles as well as a comparison of them. Try and keep the talking to a minimum once I've introduced each vehicle, guys. I appreciate you watch these for the vehicles, not for my voice. And Rob's driving once again, bumping into me there. For all our funny fails on this video, guys, I have kept them in. I've just moved them all to the back for your enjoyment. So I'll leave you to the footage on screen now, guys.
Push your touchpad, go to vehicles, and you can go down to vehicle doors, and you can click all. You even like how the boot opens on this. It's putting your roof up. How did you put your roof up? You have? Your roof is up on my screen. How very odd. How very odd. Have you got a yellow underglow on yours? You have. Putting my roof up as we speak. It is on mine. I'm going to take it back in.
Next car today, guys. It was free when it first came out, still is to this day. It is the LG RH8. Absolutely fantastic sports class car. Still free to this day, and so much modification can be done on this, as you will see when myself and Rob line them up.
I was going to say I could have just picked you up in this one. Gary, welcome back. We're just gathering footage for my GTA Forgotten Favourites video on the cars.
Oh yeah.
We've just done one.
That's good. Yeah, I've just been finishing off my video a bit more like.
I've gone into an invite-only session on GTA, so basically we're not going to get shot at or blown up while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Whenever you can order it, Rob, just let me know and I'll stop. LG RH8. realised something.
What the hell?
When Rob comes back out of here, we'll park up into the bumper again without crashing this time, Rob. You're modifying it, aren't you? The car. That's okay. Always helpful.
Here he is.
The reason I'm liking
Rob would
this
have
as
to have a
opposed to
bright
the
pink
reason
one,
just
but as you can see, some very
modified
different
version
looks between the modified
versus
example and the stock example, as my character so kindly pointed out.
you can see the differences. Which
The wing
I'm
is,
liking.
of course, in my mind a necessity, in a lot of people's mind they don't
I
like
ordered
it.
it in white.
Each to their own. I'm just demonstrating some examples of how they can be done and a little bit of driving footage from each vehicle.
No, you were just a bit heavy on the accelerator, that's all. It's okay, it's not marked. It's not marked mine. Nah, see, it's marked yours on my screen, but not badly.
Right, I'll be back with you in a second.
You want to close all your doors, Rob? We'll go for a quick drive in it, and then we'll aim for his next vehicle. Did you accept the invite to be part of the CEO? You'll get paid then for just being near me. Yeah.
Right guys, the next vehicle, you just saw it in the background there, it is the Dubster 6x6. Awful lot of hype over this when it first came out. Don't really see many people still driving around in them, which is one of the reasons I still have mine. Not the best off-road vehicle, granted lots of power, 6 wheels, it will climb an awful lot of hills. It will also slide back down an awful lot of hills as well if you're clever like me and put some high-end tyres on it. Bit of advice guys, whenever you're modding your cars, if you are wanting to take it off-road, put the 4-wheel drive tyres on it. The off-road tyres, they do make a difference, not a huge one, but I have done a few things in the past where the off-road tyres have been the difference between getting over something and sliding back down it, as you've just seen.
Purple tyre smells good. Come back up and get over that fence. We didn't have enough speed to get over that fence. Got to slide all the way down the hill. No need, I'm over.
Again, with the help of my friend RCT Legend today, he's got a stock example of this in his garage, just to show you some of the differences. As you can see, his doesn't have anywhere near as many lights on the front of it, but I am a little bit disappointed at Rockstar on this one, as all the extra lights that you'll see on the front of mine, the white and purple one, all the lights across the top, the lights that are in the bonnet, none of them are functional. Other vehicles, these lights are functional when you add them on as a modification. Rockstar had not put this into the game, I don't believe, at this point. They have since, but they obviously haven't edited the older vehicles to include it. So we're stuck with lots of lights that do nothing for us.
It's closed my tailgate. How very dare you? You know what? Just for that. I forget it doesn't work on bonnets. I'll shut your doors.
One of the reasons I do like this though, guys, you actually can seat 6 in this. 2 in the front, 2 in the back seats, and a further 2 sat where my good friend Rob is, in the actual pickup truck rear of this vehicle. Can be quite menacing when there's 6 of you driving around. People at the back can shoot and aim freely as well. One of its little quirks, that and the fact that, like I say, not many people still drive it. As you can see there, demonstrating the lack of working front lights. Not many people still have them, so I've had it in a couple of different colours now. I get bored, I change the colour again. Never get rid of the car though, because it is different.
Might actually have some good driving footage this time. Less crashing, more driving footage, because I seem to crash a lot. You said you had a Sand King XL as well, didn't you? You do, and the reason I ask that is there is a funny thing you can do with the Sand King XL. You can drive over things in a Sand King XL.
Right then guys, next one I've got in my garage for you today is the Zentorno. Still quite widely used by quite a lot of people. However, our CT Legend will not be turning up in one of these. However, we did keep it on a green theme. Pure accident, but I'm going to compare this to another car in the game, as a lot of people still use this, claiming it is the best supercar in the game. It's my personal favourite. I'm not going to say it is the best. I'd say that is depending on entirely what you want to do with them. Let's see what Rob brings to the table for comparison.
Oh, you traded it in. And I just, it's okay, it's not damaged, it's okay. Right, come round the back of this, Rob. We're going to compare the two cars, and then we're going to go somewhere fast, and we're going to race them. No, straight line.
So, here we go, he turns up, bright green Comet.
Well.
Unusual one, but again, since the update with Benny's, a lot of people have been driving the Comet round and modifying it. Rob has kept his more standard body-wise. Obviously bright green being the colour of choice here. Very different cars, both handle very differently. We'll be comparing a bit of driving and some of the looks in this video, so I'll leave you to less of my voice and more of video footage, guys.
No, try it again, push it again. There you go. Just pop the one while I do a walk round. Yeah. Nothing else opens on this, which is unfortunate. Right. Why have I got a pistol in my hand? He says. No. Oh, that was good footage. I liked that.
Right, so we both turned up in the Zentorno. Clearly means we both like it. See what else we had. I had to change garages for this. I am quite lazy. I have all of mine in Eclipse Towers. Can't be bothered with any of that moving around thing for different cars. So, Sand King XL. My turn to be the bright and vibrant one. Bright pink, why not? Lots of chrome.
Of course.
Again, RCT Legend does have one of these. And there we go.
Oh,
Slightly more stock example. He's done a few modifications to it, but none on the body. One of this car's party tricks is it can drive over a lot of other vehicles. It's that high up that you can, quite literally, as you can see here, park it on top of another vehicle.
No.
Sorry,
No, what we need
I
to
liked
do
that parking
is
spot. They beat me to it, not going to stop me.
mount the same car with the front tyre. Let me just back off a bit. It's not going to work on that car because of where it is, I don't think. Let's go to the other bit of the parking lot. Just hang on. I like this shot here. I like this here. Okay. You see the red car, Rob? In my headlight view. I'm very gingerly putting a wheel on it. If you can put a wheel on it as well. Gingerly, Rob, gingerly.
Oh.
I'm liking this, Rob. This is some good footage. Let me just turn my lights on mine. You can do, yeah. Truck to truck. Oh, I lost a bonnet. I'm just going to drive over some cars I'm coming with. Can you jump in the back? If you can, just to show that it should do, yeah. No, not that bit of the back. The back. The back.
Oh my god! We gotta call the sheriff.
some good footage there. Next car, I think.
So here we have the Karin Futo. Quite a detailed car. Very detailed with the stickering. Mine is again very heavily modified. .20 valve engine though, ladies and gents. Not many companies in the real world made a vehicle with a 20 valve petrol engine.
I've just spotted an interesting badge on the back of this, which I'm going to comment on.
At this point, Rob told me he also had a Karin Futo, and I thought we'll go and compare stock for modified again. Quite surprised me when he turned up in it.
Yeah, babe. What's up?
I think I just got a scratch down the side of mine. I have, but never
Do you want a different game?
On this occasion, Rob has also turned up with a very heavily modified vehicle. But they are two very different cars. I've gone with a
Any game, any game, any game?
pearlescent colour all over. Rob's gone with a metallic paint and a black bonnet.
do.
Well, have a look, guys. Feel free to drop a comment. Let us know which one you prefer.
I wouldn't quite.
Got to admit, I do like the colour of Rob's with the black bonnet. It works.
Jump on it there.
I'm not a fan of the big spoilers, though. You probably noticed that on my cars.
I like this because it shows the different levels of customisation, different paints.
Yeah.
I do believe Rob has not downloaded the iFruit app to his mobile phone though, guys, as you've probably noticed all of my vehicles have G-Man Dan as the number plate. If you download the iFruit app to your phone, you can edit a license plate and apply it to your custom vehicles. Just a nice little touch, personal touch on all your vehicles, guys. If you do enjoy modifying and customising your vehicles within GTA 5, it is just that final piece to the puzzle, really. While we're on about detail though, take a look at that. You've even got the anti-roll bar in there. The engine bay detail on some of these vehicles, I have got to admit, is quite good.
It's only a driver's look at seat, isn't it, on them?
Not always a fan of the interior detailing. Sometimes it just doesn't quite work. You can't see the speedo for the steering wheel, the rev counter for the steering wheel. Occasionally you can't see the steering wheel, the rev counter or the speedo, depending on what vehicle you're in. Karin Futo is one of those where everything just seems to work really well. And that engine noise, isn't it amazing?
Should we get a bit of driving footage? Have you got tyre smoke? Nicely done, Rob. I'll follow you wherever you want to drive it. Just drive it and drift it, because it drifts really well, this car. That was the idea I was going to...
One thing worth noting here, guys, this car is very tail happy. Steps out really, really easily. If you like a car that goes in a straight line and goes in a straight line fast, this one really isn't for you. But if you like to drift, if you do like to step the back end out as you're going around and occasionally lose complete control of a vehicle, but have a huge grin on your face and a huge dint in the front corner of the vehicle as Rob's has got there, then this is definitely the car for you. Never a dull moment, always going to leave you smiling while you're playing the game.
Those exact words can stay in the rest of that sentence I'm going to cut, Jen, because I've just used a pink Jeep in the last one. Right, shall we go for the next car? I've got a good amount of footage of both of them now. Oh no, it never has done, Rob, no matter what you do.
Mine took a few battle scars on the way back to the garage, but that's what we paid the mechanic a stupid amount of money for on this game.
Because it'd drag on.
Bit of an oddball that both me and Rob both have in our garage is the BF Surfer. It's not a particularly fast vehicle, doesn't handle particularly well, and you can put every performance modification on it the game has to offer. You're still better off getting out and walking. But favourite of ours, both of ours, because it is that little bit quirky and that little bit different. And we have both got them modified in very different ways.
Are you in our favourite car? Oh.
And yes, once again, one of us has pink on the car.
I do.
Had to be one of us.
However, this doesn't spin up to turn, so just bear with. I will pull nose to nose with you on this one. If you could by any chance, Rob, stick some... Oh, I was going to say, pull forward with some left lock on. Yeah. Then reverse it back with some right lock on. You see the angle I'm going for?
This clip isn't too overly edited, guys. I only put this one in just for something a little bit different, so you could see that just because the cars aren't fast, aren't really used for much, doesn't mean you can't have something in your garage that is just that little bit different and that little bit out there.
Yeah.
So there you go. Both identical vehicles, speed and performance wise, both very different to look at.
I like the
Rob's would not look out of place at a hippie convention. Mine would not look out of place at the beach.
well, but again, two very different versions of the same vehicle.
I got a round of golf to get to.
Until that happened, I had my thumbnail.
Somebody has to come in and ruin the perfect setup we had there.
Gonna pay for it.
Again, had this been a serious part of the video, guys, I would have edited that out, but as it always is with GTA, violence ends up being part of the game.
Love it!
Rob took violence a little bit too far, and that lovely car I was showing you now looks like a burnt out shell. Again, joys of having a mechanic.
Yeah, go on, pull it forward. Yeah, that should do it. I can walk between them then at least.
As I'm sure you'll probably hear me point out in the actual gameplay audio, some of the detailing on this car though is quite good. For example, as you get round the back, note the secondary colour on mine, the orange, and look inside the bottom surround of what would be the engine bay, if this was to be the old VW bus, which of course it looks like but bears no resemblance to. Rob's is pink, a little bit of detailing even he hadn't noticed on that vehicle. Only a two-seater though, you can only seat two in this vehicle. Back door's open. Suppose it's where you'd sleep if you were to use it as a camper van, I think.
The colour your pink is painted inside the bottom bit of the boot. So I can do that. I'm just going to go find a hill.
Like I said, not really one for performance guys, so I just took it around the block to show you. Really doesn't handle that great, but it's still an entertaining vehicle. Goes down a hill really well, and doesn't go back up one.
What?
I was going to end the video there, but as I turned back up, Robert decided more explosives was the way to go. But it's GTA. Somebody got their own back, and there you have it.
Right. I am going to...
We went wild in the end. I'll leave you with the gameplay footage, and if you do hang on guys, there's a few outtakes of when we're trying to set this up. Doesn't always go smoothly. I've been the G-Man Dan. If you've liked any of what you've seen today, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell, turn on the notifications, get notified every time I upload a video or do a live stream. Also, don't forget, leave a comment down below. Feel free to add me if you do play the games that you've seen on my channel. Check out my other videos, I try and keep them all categorised into the game they are. Leave you with some mayhem and some of our outtakes from the pre-editing process of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it guys. Take care.
Hang on. Oh, really shot from. Oh, I died. It should seat you in the back.
Got this one ready for tomorrow.
And that's why I don't mind swearing on this game, because it swears in it.